CYMRU.
And today we are here at Ocean Way.
I am Fiona Price.
And I'm Phoebe Poole.
Paul, take two.
Oh, we got it wrong
Take
again.
two.
Okay, right, let's go.
I am Phoebe Paul.
And I'm Fiona Price, and we are your hosts.
No. Co-hosts. Co-hosts. For the time being, because I don't think it'll be long, co-hosts. They're going to be taking over soon. But welcome to Ocean Way. This is what's coming up on FC Cymru. There we go, absolutely fantastic. Those smiling faces, that is what it's all about. A fantastic afternoon as well. Laurie, listen, let's find out a little bit more about Amdani Hi. Tell us about the idea behind it.
So last year you saw that we launched our Women and Girls strategy, our Wales for Her, and our vision is all around inspiring confidence in women and girls, and we want to create supportive and positive opportunities, environments and structures that enables women and girls to thrive in the environment. So we've spent the last 6 months really consulting with women and girls across Wales and listening to their lived experiences in the game. And one of the key barriers that they're facing is fear of judgment, and a lot of them are just feeling like, oh, I don't feel confident enough to be here, especially if they're new to the game. And also we're finding with facilities that girls are struggling for access, right? Because there's new teams popping up all over the place, and we just don't have enough facilities. So this is a brand new facility, and we all got around the table and looked at, okay, how can we shift the focus on the female game with this new facility and ensure that the female game is prioritised here.
Yeah, fantastic. So, a lot to unpack from that. Michelle, obviously, you're from the facility here. Tell us, what you had to go through or what you had to do to get this sort of female ready, if you like. I suppose, in some ways, people like me who've been grown up in football just like, oh, I just turn up and play. But there was more to it than that.
Oh yeah, definitely. To start off, I think the girls and the women really were quite surprised that they were given the opportunity to be first pick on facilities like this, which was great for them. And that took a while really to get into their psyche. And then once we got that, really we were absolutely inundated. So much so that on a Sunday, the figures went up to 7 to 10 year olds. We've now got 600 or 700 children turning up, or girls turning up. And then following that then with a complete full senior programme, from 13 years of age right through to seniors, and then looking afterwards at people like in their 40s and 50s who've never kicked the ball in their lives before, and feeling comfortable to come to a venue like this where they can mix with their friends, their daughters perhaps are turning up earlier than that, to have a game of football, to do a bit of skills, to feel comfortable and not be judged. That's what, that's what it's all about, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow,
Fantastic. Oh, Charlotte, the thing we were talking about lived experience there, and for yourself, you come here with your team, Cardiff Dragons, and tell us a little bit about why it's important for you.
We really loved coming here. I mean, as a non-conventional team, we have both men and women and people of all genders in our club. We're an LGBT club, but we do have a women's team, and we've bounced around different training venues for years. And I think, as Laurie's already mentioned, you kind of get kicked off because these bigger men's clubs, they have the resources and they put you off, push you off. We've come here, and to be able to work with Michelle and Laurie and work onto that football for everyone ethos and be really welcomed with open arms has just been amazing. We feel safe here, and actually we have people come here to training and they say, life outside of training is hectic, I've got all my stuff going on, and that 90 minutes is my safe space for the week. I don't think about anything else, and I can just be me. And it's just been exactly what we want to offer to our members, and I think what people deserve to have all the way through their life, not just as a kid, not just if you're aspiring to elite sports, but for casual football as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Michelle, just to come back on a practical point of view, and around the country we see clubs that could possibly do something like that. What sort of things should they be thinking about if they want to do it at their club?
Prime time is a big one, because obviously girls and women feel comfortable for the earlier times in the evening, and it's really only the elite sportswomen who will turn up later on in the day, and also, if possible, an indoor venue as well, which helps no end. With the Euros this year in England, it's going to be a massive intake in girls and women looking towards the sport, and we just got to be ready for it. And we got to look forward. In the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to grow and grow in Wales.
And that's the idea, Laura, isn't it? To inspire clubs around the country who can get involved and do it at their venue.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that with the Environments for Her resource pack that we're just about to launch, is that we're going to start a really big conversation around the country where clubs and facility users, parents, coaches, teachers are going to start thinking, okay, how do we prioritise the female game? How do we make sure their basic needs are met in the facilities? You know, we're hearing from young girls saying that they are not turning up to training and football matches when they're on their period because there's no sanitary bins in the toilets. So these are absolute basic needs that hasn't been on people's radars before. So we want to start the conversation. How do we prioritise? How do we really live and breathe an inclusive sport in everyday life? How do we ensure that there is visibility of female role models for those 5-year-olds that are coming into the sport, and hope that they will stay involved in the game for many, many years.
Laurie, thank you very much. Some fantastic points being made. Charlotte, you're going to get your boots on in a minute, aren't you?
I will.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ready to see you play?
Very excited. We're going to win this one.
All right, fantastic. Well, look forward to that. Phoebe and Fionn as well. I can see them out there around about. We're going to be catching up with them really soon. But first of all, talking of inspirational women, let's go and meet the Wales manager, Gemma Grainger, who's been down to Baglan. They won a competition for a training session, and they're doing some fantastic work in the community.
Shmai a chroeso. We are here in Baglan BGC in Port Talbot to find out about the amazing work they're doing to inspire more girls to take part in football. And today they have a very special guest putting them through their paces in the form of Wales manager Gemma Grainger as part of the FAWales strategy to engage and grow the female game.
Whoa! We got a lot here, haven't we? Right girls, my name's Gemma and I am looking forward to having some fun with you in the next, I think about hour or so. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, dribble again, go, go, go. That's loud, isn't it? It's whistle, it's the new whistle.
My daughter, Liberty, she started off through the huddle, so came through the huddle progress here, and then when they wanted to create teams of under sevens, originally I said that I would do some of the admin, and then I agreed to coach as well. So as there was just a few male coaches, I thought it'd be nice to have a woman on the coaching team as well. It's really important to the club to grow the girls section. We're doing things like huddle and fun football to encourage girls to get involved. We try and get involved at marketing through the local schools and everything, and it's really important to grow the girls section for the future. Right, pass it here, I'll do kick off. Oh, that was a good catch. That was a good catch. That was with your knee, you just didn't put your knee in the way. Love that. Nice save. Oh wow, what skills! Close control! Oh! That's brilliant. Do you know what I like the most about all of it is they love it, don't they?
Oh,
they absolutely love it. And that's the night when you see that how much they love it.
Easy passes.
Oh, lovely girls. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I think growing the game in Wales is one of our big passions of the national team. It's not only about the results on the pitch for us, it's about how we grow the game, how we double participation and how we make young girls fall in love with the game. Whether they play grassroots football, whether they end up playing for the national team, it's our job, and the coaches here do a fantastic job of making sure these girls first and foremost enjoy the game and fall in love with it, and tonight I've seen that right from under 6s up to under 14s.
So girls, you've just had a session with Gemma Grainger, manager of Wales. How did you find it?
Fun.
What about you?
Exciting. Very fun.
And how much do you love football? What got you involved in the first place?
My dad's the coach, so when I was younger, when I was about 6 years old, I've been playing since I was 13 now. My dad's the coach and he helped me a lot by playing with it, and I just love playing it with all my friends.
What do you enjoy most about playing football?
My team and being happy.
Football makes you happy?
Yeah.
What about you?
I like scoring goals and I like passing to my friends.
I enjoy passing to my friends and being goalie.
Goalie, cool.
I like all the different opportunities that you can have and playing with my friends and also the feeling after that you've scored.
You know, the girls were so excited to find out that Gemma was coming here, and I think you can see by the way they've been listening to her, they're just overwhelmed and amazed by her being here and training them, and it's really good for the club. It shows that, you know, even from the top level in women's football, they're supporting the grassroots football and helping it develop moving forward.
Aber diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you, girls.
Okay, thank you, Gemma, and it's great to see all the good stuff down at Baglan. If you're watching, Gemma, we do train here and we do play as well down here sometimes at Cardiff City Stadium if you want to pop by. Phoebe Paul here, there's also phone numbers at the bottom of the screen. But,
Give me a
charges
text,
may apply. Okay,
Thanks.
But welcome today, Annie. I've heard you've recently just got into football. Can you tell us a bit about your experiences?
Yeah, so I sort of started playing last summer at the in the over 40s sort of group with a bunch of women who I'd never met before. Some of them have played on a very professional level, but to just go in and play with women and not feel intimidated, to enjoy the experience, and then I've been sort of carrying on ever since. So we've just recently started a skill session, which is really good for somebody like myself who hasn't done it before, to just learn actually how to kick the ball, control the ball, and try and do a bit better.
Oh, brilliant, that's great. So tell me a bit about your thoughts about this venue and the facilities. How do you feel? How's it made you feel, and the players as well?
I think it's nice just to be able to come here, not feel intimidated by everybody around you. Everybody is really friendly. It's really lovely that the FAW are doing something going forward for women. So Amdani Hi, I'm sure, will be a successful future ongoing thing. And I've got a little daughter who's just turned 2, who loves to kick a ball. So hopefully this is, you know, something for her future, for her to be able to carry on.
Amazing. So you just mentioned your little daughter. Congrats. So tell me a bit, what's the opportunities like for her compared to what they were like for you?
Well, just the other day, taking my son to his first sort of under-6 team open day. It wasn't just about boys, it was about the girls as well. There were just as many girls there as there were boys, and I'm going to do the coaching as well and do my coaching through the FAW, and then hopefully I'll be feeling confident enough to go in there. You know, you don't have to be a superstar football player to teach the kids, and you don't have to be able to, you know, work like Gareth Bale around that small court. Just as long as you can sort of learn to enjoy the game and feel comfortable in the environment. I think that's the important thing.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Phoebe, do you want to take over the mic?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, there's loads of opportunities for our youngers now to play on these kind of facilities where they could just be the best of themselves whilst playing football on these kind of pitches. But for you, Beth, what's the most important part of like playing on these types of facilities?
Yeah, so we have looked to obviously develop the Amdani Hi as a kind of brand where any girl, any female of any age can come down and feel completely comfortable. So it's an accessible facility for all. There's visibility, so we're looking for all of our pitches to be full of females of all ages, being able to come down, enjoy football in a fun, relaxed environment. And yeah, just having fun really, and people like Annie that can turn up and never have kicked the ball before, but are enjoying that, and it is fine not to have experience, and it's fine not to be, you know, to be able to come down and not feel judged. And I think that's really important, and that's the brand that we're looking to create through the Amdani Hi.
Well, thank you guys for coming down to talk about your stories, and I'm going to pass on to Theon because I can't say Haverford-West.
Oh, you didn't do too bad. I'll give you about an 8 out of 10. But we're going to go and look at that club in greater detail and see the work that the Sporting Memory Group are doing in the community.
I'm the community manager at FAWales County AFC, and we run a number of community programmes to help people with their mental health and who are people lonely and suffering from dementia. And we run a number of reminiscence projects that use sport to kick off conversation and connect people who are in our community to the club. And we use all those different pieces of memorabilia in the club, photographs, programmes, shirts, and the stories just start flowing. And it's not just football, it can be about any sport. And we've seen so many different faces now come into the football club just through those sessions.
we're here at the launch of the Tosh movie this evening. We've got plenty of amazing memorabilia behind us. Can you just tell us, things like this, how important are they to the services that you provide at Haverfordwest?
Well, they're very important because people come there from like the older folk and they remember the old shirts. We've had people come in there that haven't been going out and having to come there and sharing a coffee and a piece of cake or a biscuit maybe, and bringing things like memorabilia to the club means a lot to some people.
And what are the main skills that you say that you need to be a befriender?
Gosh, I think just being nice and calm and just speak to people normal and invite them along and be friendly, really.
And Wyndham, you've mentioned the services that you have on offer. As someone who's been a befriender myself, having had 2 grandparents who've battled Alzheimer's and dementia, it's important not just for the person who's going through it, but for family members as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really important for the family to see their loved ones in a different light, in terms of their sporting background and the stories that are flowing out in these sessions, and they had no idea that they played for that team or involved at that time, and they can remember it like it was yesterday. And you know, it's really, really nice to see, and the smiles on the faces and the glow of, you know, of some of those carers that care for people living with dementia, because it is hard and it is a bit of respite. So these sessions have proved that you can connect through sport, and any conversation can be kicked off.
Okay, we're going to start with you and just talk about how important this project is to Haverfordwest as a community.
Well, it's very important because coming from sort of 98 when I first joined the club, we were very, very used during the week. It was just match days and that was it. But now you can go down the club nearly every day and there's activities going on, all sorts of organisations, and you can see it on match days, you know, the faces as you come in to support the team on a Saturday as well then, so it's fantastic.
And we were talking just before we started filming about how you've sat in on a befriending session. How beneficial was that, and what did you take away from it?
Yeah, I joined the club in August and I went to an event that Wyndham put on and it was tremendous. I saw some fantastic memorabilia, so we spoke about that, and I got a chance to speak to 1 or 2 people about past games at Haverfordwest, so really informative. They even remembered I played there late 80s, and they would have to have a good memory for that because I didn't make that much of an impact when I was there.
It's incredible what you're doing at Haverfordwest, but this is something that could easily be rolled out at other football clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Every club's got memorabilia and football shirts and programmes and stories, and a club historian. And there's so many different people out there that can add to this. All your club members, all your fans and supporters. It's just a tea and a chat basically around sport. Being there for the club and for that person.
There we go, the fantastic work that goes on at Haverfordwest, and that Sporting Memories group is superb. So if you want to find out a little bit more about them, I know the guys would love to tell you about it, so if you do want to get in touch with them, feel free, and they can maybe tell you, or you can chat about how you can roll it out at your club. Now, we've moved down the pitch because there are some legends of the Welsh game playing behind us right now, and none more so than Leslie, to be quite honest with you. Leslie, ex-international, played for 10 years, was
10
it?
years,
10 years?
yes.
What years?
From 1976 to 1986.
Incredible. And I might be wrong here, but I imagine that the facilities you had then to what you play on now here, it's like night and day.
It is like night and day, because the fact that my parents had to buy all my caps, we had to fund ourselves, we had to fund the training, everything. The Welsh FA really wasn't involved with it in the beginning when I first started, and we sponsor caps, and you'd go out and you'd have to get sort of sponsorship, because when I travelled to Italy we had to fund it ourselves and everything. So yeah, I think now they've got a fantastic opportunity to make it, you know, because I watch the Welsh girls, I watch the girls play regularly, and I got to be honest, I wish I was in their era.
A little bit envious, but totally understandable, because you guys can train down here, don't you, Fees, and up at Collier's Park as well with the 19s.
Yeah, it just shows how lucky we are really, and how much the women's game has developed. I think it's really so good that we're getting this type of facility to make us even better. So,
yeah, and just, well, a thank you to you guys. Without you with the passion and the drive, we women's football wouldn't be where it was today. So it all started with you guys.
Yeah, I think it did, and I think we worked hard to put a platform there for people like yourself. But then I'm so proud of the fact that I see you guys playing, and obviously myself now at 62, coming 63 in July, still playing the game and live it. And that's all I hope that girls that I've coached go on to make themselves, you know, and make that platform and go on to make, well, heroes, isn't it, you know? You've got to be honest, and I think you're doing the game proud. I don't think for a minute you're not doing the game proud. I just think that the facilities you've got every opportunity now, and it's there for the youngsters coming through as well.
Yeah. We've seen it this afternoon, haven't we? The little tots playing, and you guys, even at your age, which is very young, at your age, it wasn't there for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bit kind saying we're young. I'm a bit of an OAP now. The bones are hurting, but no.
Oh, it's just Phoebe this week, it was all young.
Yeah, she's the younger than me. I'm just here for support, you know.
Thanks.
But no, yes, the opportunities here than what I had. I mean, if someone could tell me when I was 15, 16 that I'd be playing for Cardiff City at that age, well, it's phenomenal. We were just playing for grassroots football, so it's great. Yeah, I totally agree.
Totally agree. Well, listen, thank you so much for inviting us along here. I know this facility is going to go and be used, and fingers crossed across the country as well. If you've watched this episode and you think, I want to do this with my club, you know, and get some ideas, then Bethan from the FAW that we heard from earlier will definitely sort of be there for you. And thank you very much for showing us around.
Thank you.
You've got to go and kick.
Leslie.
You've got to go and kick some more people, haven't you? Right, sorry, Leslie. Leslie's got to go and kick some people. Thank you very much to our co-hosts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, host. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
we had a great time.
I am very worried about the future, to be quite honest. I'm out of a job soon. But listen, all our social media details across the bottom of the screen, and we shall see you soon. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.